And just like that, we are right back with you here for game number 2 of the doubleheader between the Mercer Mammoths and the Trenton Capitals. Now, the Trenton Capitals, to the surprise of many here at Moody Park, got the win in game number 1 against the top dog in the South Division, the Mercer Mammoths, trying to do so once again here in game 2. Ben Chadwick joined alongside Giacomo Imperiale, bringing you through whatever we can get of game number 2. We have these looming thunderclouds sort of coming in, rolling in, and veering off to the side. We hope that they don't come right over our field here at Moody Park, but we will just have to see. It's Cole McGordy on the mound heading into his 5th season at Kane University, throwing the first pitch to Ray Mulhern just outside. Jared Johnston is our home plate umpire here for game number 2.
McGordy's had his fair share of struggles so far, over the summer in ECCBL play. Looking to kind of right that ship a little bit more. Capitals did get a good pitching performance as well so far this summer in their first game. So
this one's going to be grounded by Mulhern right over the second baseman, and the play will be made for out number 1. Joe Ditta, who saw some action on the mound in game number 1, making the scoop and making the toss over. But out number 1 on the board, and bring up Jake Pope. And talking about Cole McGordy, he's pitched 17 innings so far this summer. And it all comes out to a 2.059 earned run average. McGordy has looked real solid. A 1-0 record for him with a couple of saves as well. Now on comes Jake Pope. Jake Pope had his struggles in game number 1. Went 0 for 4 despite being a near 400 hitter on the summer. Takes the first pitch, fastball outside.
It was just an uncharacteristic game for the Mammoths from top to bottom. A lot of their key guys, apart, you could say, from Jack Hughes having that mammoth blast of a home run in the first game. A lot of their guys didn't come up in big spots, didn't get a lot of hits. So just, a mental reset game that they need here in game 2.
1-0 swung on right over to Ditta. Once again, the second baseman can't make the grab that time. Didn't get his glove down in time as it goes out into right center, and Pope will find himself on first. The error on Joe Ditta right after he made the play for out number 1. Puts the first runner on as well, getting his work cut out for him there at second base.
And I think the error is the right call there, Ben. That should have been a routine ground ball. It didn't take a crazy hop. Just kind of looked like Ditta backed up a little bit too much, and the ball just simply ate him up.
So now with Pope on first, here comes Jack Hughes, the home run hitter in game number 1. Towards the end of that one, and his last at-bat he had in game number 1. One on the board, Pope on first. Nice little change-up call in there. Cole McGordy finding the first called strike of the at-bat.
McGordy's kind of got that funky 3/4 sidearm motion. Catches a lot of hitters off balance. Doesn't throw the hardest, but he's very deceptive with his arm angles.
That one chopped on by Hughes right over to Ditto once again. Like I said, work cut out for him. He makes the underhand toss over to Fattori at first for the out number 2 as Pope advances on to second base. And a runner in scoring position here for Torrin McKenzie. Or instead for Joe Gamitter. Torrin McKenzie was heading up to the plate just to grab the bat. So on comes Joe Gamitter, the man out of Stockton University.
No changes, 1 through 4 and 5 as well with McKenzie coming up. So Memphis still sticking to the game plan. I mean, it's gotten them the best record in the South Division, as he mentioned. So
I was just about to say, it was an uncharacteristic game in game number 1, like you mentioned before. So definitely don't turn away from what these guys have proven for you all season long. They're not going to do that here with their batting order, at least. As here's the first pitch to Joe Gamitter. Fastball just outside for a 1-out count.
It's kind of almost tough to see, I mean, with McGordy's motion. You never know if it's that fastball or that slider action, as him and Raske behind the plate are going to get the signs sorted out with the runner over at second. But going back to McGordy, it's so deceptive with those sidearm 3/4 guys. I mean, you look at a pro guy like Tyler Rogers, who's got that full submarine sidearm motion where you don't know if that ball to the last second is going to sink in on you or if it's going to go completely over the plate.
It's another thing that the Generals head coach Mike Coryell mentioned is absolutely detrimental to some of his hitters is when you face a submarine or a sidearm pitcher. It's something that's so out of the blue for them, and of course they face him in the past. Our home plate umpire, Jared Johnson, not exactly ready for the pitch from McGordy right there, so him and Gamitter will have to reset. But yeah, the submarine sidearm throws are so uncommon that these hitters can kind of get flustered. Here's the 1-0. Pitch, fastball, finding the bottom left corner on Gamitter. Real similar to the first pitch of the at-bat, this time a little more inside and in there for a called strike 1.
Can't believe I didn't notice this the whole first game, Ben. I mean, Gamitter's rocking that awesome gold spray-painted wood bat.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Match the gold chains around his neck as well. Here's the 1-1. Swung on by Gamitter over to Joe Ditta. Who else? He's going to make the throw over to first after cleanly scooping that one up. Every single ball went Joe Ditta's way, and 3 out of 4 times he was successful with it. 1 error to his name. But the other 3, clean clean scoops and clean throws over to first base. 3 outs are on the board here in the top of the first, heading over to the bottom. The Trenton Capitals and their monstrous offense trying to keep going what they were able to do in game number 1 when we return. Looking back here in the bottom of the first, Nick Dromboski starting things off, his first at bat here today for the Capitals. Dapping up Joey Socorro, the catcher here for the Mammoths. And it's Anthony Ongaro on the mound. The Stockton commit Ongaro is. Just wrapped up his high school career at Paul VI. It was a 1.67 earned run average in his senior season through the 30 innings he pitched. Ongaro with the first pitch, found in the bottom right corner on Dromboski for a called strike 1.
Fun fact about Ongaro, that's Luke Lendler's favorite pitcher. It's our first game that we called together, and Ongaro was lights out for 5 innings, so Luke Lendler was a big fan of Anthony Ongaro early in the ECCBL season.
Can't blame him. Ongaro has been really solid so far for the Mammoths. As I mentioned, wrapping up his career at Paul VI for high school and now heading over to Stockton, which we know a couple of the Stockton players here in the ECCBL, and they've been doing pretty well. I mean, Joe Gamitter is the first name that comes to mind of Mercer Mammoth's teammate, of Anthony Ongaro.
I mean, Ongaro, going back to him, 20 innings pitched on the year. I mean, he's been highly effective, pitching to the tune of a 2.8 ERA.
This ground ball from Dromboski takes a crazy Moody Hops, going to go right over Heffernan, making the athletic throw to first, and it's in time. Sean Heffernan, the ball bouncing right up and on target straight to his glove. Sort of helping him out there as he makes a throw over to first. Jack Hughes stretching out, making the grab for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
You know what we call that bounce back? We call that happy birthday right there. Happy birthday to Heffernan over there at shortstop.
Or a Moody Hop as well. Those always work here at Moody Park. Either way, usually the Moody Hops are not in favor of the infielders. That time kind of working in the favor of the shortstop, Sean Heffernan. So now on comes Jackson Scrow, another guy who's getting his first at-bat today. This one, breaking ball swung on right over to TJ Maglioso, the third baseman. He's going to make a throw over to first, and it's a quick 1-2 outs for Anthony Ongaro and this Mammoths defense.
It's funny you said that, but I wasn't even able to bring up my point. I mean, Ongaro, through 20 innings, he's only walked 6 guys in 19 strikeouts, so not a guy who loses his command very often. He's able to locate well, doesn't walk a lot of guys. I mean, opponents are only hitting 270 against him, only 8 earned runs so far in the summer. So he has been one of the more dominant arms for the Mammoths so far this summer.
A 2.8 earned run average for Anthony Ongaro so far in the summer, facing off against the home run derby champion, Jaden Shin out there, who received his sort of home run derby trophy, I guess you could say, a commemorative bat that he received from our commissioner, Mike Olshin, and he was able to get some pictures down there on the field as Shin puts this one out into right center, being chased down by Ray Mulhern, who will stop and put his glove up, make the grab. Jaden Shin capping off a 1-2-3 inning for the Mercer Mammoths defensively. The Capitals not exactly able to keep their momentum going from game number 1 on the offensive side, but defensively it's looking very similar. A 0-0 ball game when we come back in the top of the second. So he kind of tricked us out in the first inning, but now here is Torrin McKenzie actually up for his first at-bat today. Saw him walking towards the home plate during Joe Gamitter when he was heading up to the plate. We thought McKenzie was up. Nope, it was Gamitter that entire time. Now we'll get to see Torrin McKenzie. So I'm a good amount in game number 1. 4 total plate appearances. Went 0 for 2, but also had 2 walks. Had that one run where he was chugging along from third base to home. We know he has that lower body injury he's been dealing with for a couple weeks now. As the first breaking ball from McCourty goes outside on him for a 1-0 count. Cole McCourty gearing up, dealing the 1-0. Swung on right down the middle, and it's going to go out into right center. Nick Dromboski will get a glove behind it, but not before it rolls along and allows Torrin McKenzie to get himself onto first.
You mentioned he did have that 1-run score in the first game, but again, we mentioned a lot of those Mammoths players being a little bit slow. Torrin McKenzie was one of those guys, didn't have, a typical Torrin McKenzie game in game 1. And just a beautiful piece of hitting. Gets that fastball in the outer half and just classic, just hit the ball where it's pitched. I mean, beautiful piece of hitting there by McKenzie.
His first hit of the day. Mentioned he went 0 for 2 in game 1 with a couple of walks. Make that 1 for 3. Now on comes Joey Socorro. On that dark green Mercer County Community College helmet. Starts off with a 1-0 count against McGordy. Now Joey Socorro, this is his first at-bat today. A .224 hitter so far on the summer compared to being a .313 hitter at Mercer County Community College this past spring.
It's been the strikeout numbers that have really bit his behind. Then he's 14 of them and only 11 hits on the season. So more strikeouts than hits is never a good number that you want to see.
And double the amount of strikeouts than his walks as well, just 7 walks on the summer. So here's Socorro with a 2-0 after that last pitch by McGordy went outside. Here is the offering. McGordy dealing. Swing and a miss there from Socorro. Came in so hot it bounced off of the glove of Borowski. Right in front of him, though, so McKenzie will stay put on first.
I feel like that's just a prime example of you never know at what speed where that ball's going to go out of McGordy's hand. It was simply just a fastball that missed upstairs, but it kind of has that rising angle that you could see out of the hitter's eyes that makes him take a disgusting hack as he gets another one right there.
That ball's going to be in there for a called strike, too. Boy, nearly clipping Socorro on the hands as he kind of checked the swing and then still finding the strike zone for a 2-2 count now on Joey Socorro. McGordy with that menacing sort of stance that he has every time he loads up and waits for the pitch call from his catcher Borowski. Now here's getting ready to deal the 2-2. On it comes, breaking ball nearly coming all the way inside and looked like it was once again headed straight for Socorro's left elbow. Cutting in, but not in close enough, so it brings up a 3-2 count.
Ben, he's got that kind of motion that your former St. Joe's graduate mate, Jimmy Mulvaney's got.
I was just about to mention him, yeah, out of Fairfield. Made a good run. He went all the way to Coastal Carolina for the D1 World Series. As this fastball is going to be popped up by Socorro, an infield fly that Fattori is going to try and get under. No one's going to get under. Instead, Dida will not be able to make the grab. McKenzie will be out at second. It's going to be called a fielder's choice. So Dida not making the grab there, getting McKenzie out at second. So 1 out is still had and 1 runner is still on first, as it always would have been. Interesting choice there, not choosing to have McKenzie be the base runner, unless it might have not been a choice as well. Could have just been a really bad miscommunication between the first and second baseman.
And that's what I believe it was. I believe it was just a misread and a miscommunication.
First pitch to Heffernan is going to find that bottom right corner for called strike 1.
But going back to Dida, I get that you would rather have McKenzie on the base 100%. But I think it was a good play by him to not. A lot of those defensive players in that situation get stressed out and then they're going to overthrow that play to second base. He was able to be calm, make a nice throw. So I'll give him credit there.
Absolutely. 0-1 pitch. Heffernan put this one out into right field. Chased down by Matt Westcott. Still chasing it down. It's going to get down. Around comes Joey Socorro, rounding second base, heading over to third. Heffernan will stay put on first. Socorro get a close call over there on third. He is out by quite a bit. Joey Socorro not able to get there nearly in time. Hesitated a bunch in between first and second base, and it was costly as he headed over to third base.
I mean, Matt Westcott came up. It took one hop, and he barehanded that ball in right field. A really nice play. And listen, credit to Scro as well, made a nice throw over to third base. But, man, the fact that Westcott had that quick transition, didn't even use the glove, barehanding it, fired a laser right to Scro, gave him plenty of time to mow him down at third base with Socorro.
Now on comes Anichi Steve with 1 runner on and 2 outs on the board.
I mean, we're still talking about who has the more unique
First pitch
name.
to Steve is going to be out, called for a strike. Heffernan, close call over there on second, and the throw from Borowski is in time. Sean Heffernan caught stealing over there on second. And out number 3 is on the board against the Mercer Mammoths. The Trenton Capitals and their defense are firing on all cylinders right now against Mercer. And they're right back up to the plate when we return in the bottom of the second. We'll see you there. Wrapping up the warm-ups here for Anthony Ongaro. It's up to the plate.
Number 40, Jack Mislin.
Steps up Jack Mislin. His first at-bat of the day. I didn't see him in game 1. Here he is in game 2, swinging and missing at the first pitch thrown by Ongaro, breaking ball. Downswing left to right.
I want to talk about efficient Anthony Ongaro. 6 pitches in the first inning.
Would love to have something similar here. If he wants to keep up that pace, he's got to get an out right here on Mislin. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Loads up, deals. Breaking ball goes over the head of Mislin. That's definitely not the way to keep the same pace you had in the first inning. Bit of an uncharacteristic pitch from Anthony Ongaro right there.
Mislin looking for his second hit. I mean, obviously a smaller sample size, but he's 1 for 14 so far on the summer.
Breaking ball once again going to drop in there nearing the bottom right corner. Anthony Ongaro looking good against Mislin right here. Jack Mislin just 1 for 14 on the summer. Had a very late start. Started towards the end of June, or at the very end of June, for the Capitals this summer. As that fastball goes way outside. So Ongaro, he goes breaking ball, bottom right corner, called strike, and then he goes pitch over the head of Mislin. Then he goes breaking ball, bottom right corner, called strike, and then he goes pitch way outside and off the glove of Socorro up against our fence over here. So the 2-2. Ongaro swung on by Mislin. Over to Maglioso once again. TJ Maglioso, the throw over to first. Catch is made. Jack Hughes kind of going a full squat motion right there to make that grab, but he makes the grab nonetheless and puts out number 1 on the board here in the bottom of the second.
Efficient, efficient, efficient. That's the only language that Ongaro speaks so far.
Number 20, first baseman, Michael Vittori.
And now moves on to Michael Vittori, who is standing maybe a foot and a half diagonally to the left of Joey Socorro, the man he threw out from right field in our last half inning. He puts this one sky high, the very first pitch out to MJ Wright. Still up in the air and finally coming down onto the glove of Wright for out number 2. Boy, you hoped Wright didn't lose that one in the clouds and it was just going to drop in some random spot out there in the outfield. That is not the case, and he makes the grab for out number 2.
I think Vittori there tried to do his best Jack Hughes impersonation from last game. Just didn't get enough of it.
He definitely tried. You put it as high, maybe even a little higher than Hughes did on that homer. but definitely not with the distance. Now on comes the catcher Tyler Boraski, fouling off his first pitch. Tyler Boraski, an ECCBL All-Star here for the Trenton Capitals, a .265 hitter on the summer with 3 doubles and 2 RBIs compared to his .239 season he had at Clarion University in his freshman season. He has no 1 pitch coming up right here. Fastball swung on and fouled right off just past his dugout to his left.
I mean, it's really the defense for Boraski that's the big thing. 0 errors on the season in Capitals uniform, 51 putouts and 3 defensive assists. So, I mean, defensive specialist in Boraski.
Absolutely. Here's the 0-2. Fastball swung on, popped up sky high, chased down by Pope, who's backpedaling and making the grab for out number 3. Boy, Anthony Angaro, and the efficiency continues. He threw 6 in the first and throws 14 total through 2 innings, just 8 here in the second. Moving on from the second inning and into the third, where we're still at a 0-0 ball game. Only 2 total hits on the entire night for game number 2. We'll see if it increases when we return in the top of the third after a quick word from our sponsor.
Hi, my name is Dr. Philip Glassner. I'm a hip and knee replacement specialist at Mid-Jersey Orthopedics. We're a multi-specialty orthopedic practice with offices in Flemington, Bridgewater, and Washington, New Jersey. We have 18 fellowship-trained specialists to take care of you from your neck down to your toes. We offer conservative management such as bracing, therapy, and injections through surgical interventions as well. Our goal is to keep you active and healthy and get you back in the game. We also offer on-site digital X-ray as well as MRI. We have evening and Saturday morning office hours to assist with convenient appointment times, as well as having walk-in appointments available. Call us or visit our website at midjerseyorthopedics.com so we can help you to live life better.
Back here already with you, top of the third, coming your way. Zanichi Steve is the man up at the plate for the Mercer Mammoths.
Number 19, Zanichi Steve.
And Giacomo, we talked about in game 1, bit of a more exciting name than Nate Jones, despite how much he tried to defend
I don't know, man. It's
Nate
close.
Jones. First pitch from McGordy is going to be a fastball outside on Steve.
I mean, Nate Jones, it's such a unique name that I don't get what we're doing here.
Well, we were able to talk with our PA man, Jeff, who, I mean, is 5'6" feet from my right, so he'll be hearing this entire conversation as we talk about him. But he told us that he talked to Steve, who flies this one sky high, being chased down by Boraski. Looks like it's going to go foul, and it will. Brings up a 1-1 count on Steve. He said Steve Zanichi, his first name, is actually a Japanese first name, and he has no Japanese descent that we know of, or that he told us at least, whatsoever. So an interesting name. His parents just thought it sounded cool. They liked the sound of it, and they gave it to him. And I told you, having an apostrophe in your first name is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So props to Zanichi Steve. As his fastball goes just outside, you could say his baseball skills are almost as good as his first name stacks up against the rest of, whatever you want to say, American first names. We got some boring first names over here, though. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss from Steve. Brings up a 2-2 count.
So you're saying what? We got some boring names in ECCBL or in the booth right now?
Not in the booth. I mean, the man that I'm listening to talk right now, we're having a conversation with, Giacomo Imperiali. I wouldn't exactly call that a boring name. Here's the 2-2. Steve nearly swinging on that one. They're going to say it clipped him or that it clipped his bat. A foul ball will keep the at-bat going.
Got Luke Anderson, though, over here.
Luke Anderson to my right. We got Benjamin Chadwick on the mic talking to you right now. Very bland. Unsalted pretzels up here is how I describe it. Unsalted pretzels, then we have a 15-layer lasagna to my left. Fastball just outside for a 3-2 count. I hope that wasn't offensive, was that?
No, not at
Good.
all. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So a 3-2 pitch coming up here for Zanichi Steve. With the right elbow pad and the yellow sleeve on his left arm. 3-2 is just outside from McGordy, and he'll walk Steve over there onto first base. The first walk of the game for Cole McGordy.
I mean, he tried the same spot with 2 different pitches. He on the 2-2, he went with that fastball trying to hit the outside corner, missed. On the 3-2, goes with the slider trying to hit the same spot, missed just outside again.
But still, McGordy, in terms of control this game, has looked very solid. Now, he has allowed the 2 hits that we see on the scoreboard out there past right field. Still a solid game for both these pitchers, honestly, Ungaro and McGordy. Breaking ball from McGordy onto MJ Wright is going to be an 0-1, finding the bottom right corner. MJ Wright went 0 for 1 in game number 1. Only saw 1 at bat. Was a late substitution. A 175 hitter so far on the summer. Has no 1 pitch coming up here. Fastball that he swings on and fouls off. Brings up an 0-2. Boy, now that I am forced to look out there just past the right field line, those clouds are dark and looming. I tried to unconsciously just focus straight ahead and not look out to my right, but looking at that foul ball, boy, we're going to see how the rest of this game goes weather-wise. 0-2 count coming up here on right. McGordy, his 30th pitch is a breaking ball called, or swinging strike 3, I should say, for out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd. MJ Wright swinging and missing at that one, and Cole McGordy racking up his first strikeout of the day, despite zooming along here in the top of the 3rd. And out comes TJ Magliozzo.
I mean, you love to see, Ben, when you have a nice pitching duel here in ECCBL, no bullpen action for either team yet. It's just nice to see 2 guys who are really good at their crafts, 2 all-stars, just going at it right now.
First pitch from McGordy to Magliozzo was inside and was called a ball. Although, boy, it looked like a good location. McGordy kind of pleading his case right now to Dave Perry, the infield umpire out there just behind him. He's got a 1-0 count as some rain is falling here at Moody Park. The 1-0 pitch swung on. Off goes Steve. 1-1 count as Steve will be safe. Dida caught the ball and looked like he dropped it for a second or slipped and wasn't able to make the tag. Either way, Zanichi Steve finds himself on second base with a 1-1 count and 1 out on the board here in the top of the 3rd.
Not good that we got the rain coming down.
It is coming down, and we're going to see how long and how heavy it comes down. For now, we play on in the top of the 3rd, 1-1 count. You can't see it just yet on your screen. If it comes down heavier, that's usually when you could see it over our Mevo camera we have here in the ECCBL. 1-2 count after that swing and a miss by TJ Magliozzo.
Magliozzo is a 206 hitter over the summer, so once again, we talked about a lot of the Mammoths having that success. Magliozzo hasn't been able to completely find his stride so far this summer.
A 262 hitter last summer as well. We saw him on the Mammoths once again. That was a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Going to find the bottom right corner. Cole McGordy is dialed in right now. Pointing his catcher, too. Tyler Brasky saying, hey, I like these pitches. They got a great connection going here in the top of the 3rd.
And Ben, I do think it was a strike, but I also think that it was a little bit of a makeup call. We know that McGordy's just been missing the corners. He's been wanting those strikes on the corners, and he just drops in a beautiful breaking ball right there, strike 3. I think it's close enough where it's a strike either way.
Possibly we see thunder, or rather, excuse me, I'm so focused on the weather. It's going to be a balk on Cole McGordy, moving Zanichi Steve over to 3rd. Boy, right when I saw Jarrett Johnson point towards the center field, and then I saw Zanichi Steve sort of running along, I thought we were going to get that thunder call early. Not just yet. Hopefully never. It's Ray Mulhern up at the plate. His first pitch is going to be outside for a 1-0 count. Steve on 3rd. The way this game is going, boy, that first run could either open up the floodgates or possibly be even more crucial as one of the game-winning runs by the end of this one. The 1-0 offering from Mulhern, breaking ball, is going to find that bottom right corner. Mulhern nodding his head. Nothing he could do about that one. He knew it. The second was thrown in there.
I mean, Ben, going back to it, I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the first game with as ECCBL plays winding down. If the Caps are somehow able to sweep the Mammoths today, massive for them in terms of ECCBL playoff racing.
It definitely is, and that becomes more and more important as the season goes on. Next pitch is a breaking ball, fouled off by Mulhern for now a 1-2 count.
especially with Mike Coryell's Generals really struggling as of late. The Caps with with 2 wins here today and possibly a couple on Saturday could catapult themselves maybe all the way up to second place. They can help the Kings as well if they get hot at the right time.
It's going to be fun to watch. Make sure you stay tuned right here on Jersey Baseball Nation. We've got about 9-10 days left to go in the ECCBL season as that breaking ball is way outside. For now, a 2-2 count. I believe it's 10 days on the dot. So Mullern already 0 for 1 today with a 2-2 count against McGordy.
It's going to be 11, Ben. Championship being on the 27th. So
didn't check the date.
Close enough.
That was a guess. In summer, man, it could be Saturday or it could be a Monday right now, and I really would not know.
Absolutely. I think it's a Wednesday today, right?
Well, there you go. 1-1 is swung on and missed by Ray Mullern as we try to figure out what day of the week it is. Cole McGordy continues on his stellar day. Not a single run yet on the board for the Capitals or for the Mammoths. The Caps are going to try and tack on some when we come back here in the bottom of the third. Not before a quick word from our sponsor.
Hi, my name is Dr. Philip Glassner. I'm a hip and knee replacement specialist at Mid-Jersey Orthopedics. We're a multi-specialty orthopedic practice with offices in Flemington, Bridgewater, and Washington, New Jersey. We have 18 fellowship-trained specialists to take care of you from your neck down to your toes. We offer conservative management such as bracing, therapy, and injections through surgical interventions as well. Our goal is to keep you active and healthy and get you back in the game. We also offer on-site digital X-ray as well as MRI. We have evening and Saturday morning office hours to assist with convenient appointment times, as well as having walk-in appointments available. Call us or visit our website at midjerseyorthopedics.com so we can help you to live life better.
Back here with you in the bottom of the third, Anthony Ongaro
Number 11, Matthew Westcott.
is back on the mound for the Mammoths, and of course he is. He has been incredible as he faced off against Matthew Westcott right here, who fouls off the very first pitch. So no 1 count here for Westcott heading into his sophomore season at Moravian University. A 194 hitter in his freshman season and a 240 hitter so far on the summer. Gets set for an 0-1 pitch from Ongaro right here. Breaking ball, finding the bottom left corner for an 0-2 count.
Westcott just looks outmatched so far in this at-bat.
8 strikeouts on the summer for Westcott as that breaking ball is checked and fouled off.
Lucky he even got a piece of that one.
Yeah, it would have been a close call. The rain's still falling here at Moody Park, right to left. You could see that American flag blowing from right to left out there just past center field. The 0-2 pitch swung on, and you guessed it, fouled off by Matt Westcott. Out of Hillsborough, New Jersey, standing at 6 foot 170. Ongaro just 20 pitches now in with that one breaking ball just barely outside for the first ball of the at-bat, and a 1-2 count on Matt Westcott.
Ongaro's sweeper, it has that late bite. Just didn't get enough of it on that one to clip the corner.
Here in our first thunder here at Moody Park, this one popped up sky high and fouled off once again by Westcott.
Ben, should I dare say I'm going to take a guess at this pitch and say it's going to be a foul ball?
This next pitch.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like the odds shouldn't change. So go ahead, make your call.
All right, I'm going to call it foul ball.
A little anticlimactic there. Here's the 1-2. Fastball. Put up sky high out into left field. Giacomo is wrong. Is the out going to be made? It will. MJ Wright coming down in shallow left field, making the grab for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third.
Sounds about my luck lately. I'm like 0 for 3 on announcer calls. Jeez, just a brutal streak. I'm ice cold right now.
Well, if you want to see some offense in this game, maybe you say that
Braden Mescal.
Braden Mescal will absolutely for sure 100% get out right here. Maybe that'll do the trick.
I mean, yeah, he does have a home run on the season, so maybe I'm going to say he's not going to hit a home run.
He's not going to hit it.
No,
Well, but he's still. All right, we'll see what happens. Here's the first pitch to Mescal. It's going to be a breaking ball low for ball number 1. Braden Mescal heading into Immaculata at his 5th year. A 5 for 20 hitter with a double and a home run, like we mentioned. That ball is going to be right in there for a called strike 1. 1-1 count now against Mescal.
I just heard a big thunder strike followed by a bunch of horns in the distance from cars beeping, so not good signs.
I hope it was well timed with those car horns and not whatever the alternative might be. As this one is going to be grounded right up the middle. Sean Heffernan, the shortstop, going to make the scoop, going to make the throw, and going to make the out at first. 2 on the board here in the bottom of the 3rd, moving along through the Capitals order.
I got one right. He didn't hit a home run. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, that is incredible stuff from you right there. I believe that was a minus 50,000 odds right there.
I mean, listen. Sometimes, when you're shooting in a game, sometimes you just need to see that layup go in. You just need to see one hit the bottom of the net. That's all I had to do there.
You saw it right there. So now here is Jake Knapp. Swings and misses at the first pitch. That bounces right off the glove of Socorro. Looked like his glove was right behind it, too. So you wonder if the rain has a little impact right there.
Yeah, Jake Knapp and his twin, Jaden Shin, my 2 favorite Capitals players.
His twin, Jaden Shin?
Yeah, I've gotten them confused multiple times here on the broadcast.
That is true. This changeup is going to go high for a 1-1 count.
Even though they remotely look nothing alike. Apart from that, they're tall lefties.
Remotely look nothing alike is a new one that I have not heard either. As we have a 1-1 count on Knapp. We got roller coastery before. We have remotely look nothing alike. I mean, we are just teaching the people English here at Moody Park. 2-1 count. Joey Socorro going to swap out the ball once again. Can imagine we're going to keep seeing that. The rain, it looks like, has died down a bit. Or maybe I'm just not focusing right with my eyes. It just still is pouring down here in Ewing. 2-1 count. Fastball right down the middle from Ongaro for a 2-2 count. 2 outs on the board here against Jake Knapp. He's played in 14 games so far this summer. Last time we saw him against the Electric City Express, in which he went 1 for 3. He's got at least 1 hit in each of the last 3 games he's played in, as that breaking ball goes low and brings up a 3-2 count. Infielders and outfielders here for the Mammoths waiting patiently to see if a ball is going to come their way as the 3-2 pitch comes in, goes up sky high and fouled.
Just saw a big gust of lightning out there. Just saw the shock for the first time.
So you saw lightning, umpire did not, as we play on here in the bottom of the 3rd. 3-2 count, fastball, fouled off by Knapp. Boy, this game was chugging along, but it seems like once the conditions started to worsen, these at-bats have taken longer and longer. A reminder that we need at least 4 full innings played for game number 2 of this doubleheader to be counted to each team's record. As the 3-2 pitch coming up here for Knapp. Fastball swung on out into right field. It's going to go out to Zanichi Steve as Jake Knapp will get his first hit of the day and marks his 4th straight game with at least 1 hit. Jake Knapp riding a bit of a hot streak here towards the latter half of the ECCBL season.
I mean, we mentioned Knapp being a guy who, especially early in the season when the Caps really were struggling, was one of those guys hitting 8th or 9th every game that you don't want to call it automatic out, but just, man, it felt like he just couldn't get things going. You mentioned finally starting to right the ship, and maybe, just maybe, it's a righting the ship for the entire Capitals team.
Here is Joey Dida putting this one up sky high. An infield fly that Pope is going to track down the second base and make the grab just a few feet right of that second base. Out number 3 is on the board. Not a single run scored here at Moody Park in game number 2 of our doubleheader between the Mercer Mammoths and the Trenton Capitals. We once again want to remind you that the ECCBL is sponsored in part by Northfield Bank, proudly serving the local community since 1887 with branch locations across Mercer and Hunterdon counties. Northfield offers simply free checking with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and no per-check charges. Northfield Bank customers also enjoy free online banking, mobile app access, and a free debit card for everyday purchases. For more information, please visit northfield.com or follow Northfield Bank on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Northfield Bank. Top of the 4th, coming your way after this. The McGorty machine is back on the mound here in the top of the 4th. Only 2 hits and 1 walk allowed in the 3 innings. He's already pitched. No runs on the board, only 40 pitches. Make that 41 as that fastball catches the bottom left corner on Jake Pope for an 0-1 count.
Pope's already 0 for 1 on McGorty today as well. You see him digging a little bit of that mud out of them cleats.
0 for 4 on McGorty, 0 for 5 on the day as a whole. Still looking for his first hit, still looking to get on base for the first time today is Jake Pope. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, finding the bottom left corner once again. It might not even be a breaking ball. I mean, I'll admit it is hard to tell with the way Cole McGorty is throwing this ball. That sidearm, sort of submarine type of throwing motion is just so killer for some of these hitters, and it's working against the majority of the Mammoths order here today. Here's the 0-2 offering to Pope. In there and swung on right over the glove. Shin, the third baseman, making the grab. Bit of a line drive, I guess you could call it a slow line drive to the glove of Jaden Shin for out number 1. A 3-pitch out to start things off here in the top of the 4th.
Now this is a dangerous at-bat. I mean, McGorty was able to get the better of Hughes in their first at-bat. Nonetheless, I mean, we know how deadly he is. We saw it in the first game of today's doubleheader.
Hughes went 2 for 3 with a home run in game number 1. Breaking ball finds the bottom right corner. Cole McGorty is dialed. Like, I don't know if we've ever seen him here at Moody Park so far this summer. 0-1 count on Hughes. That is his 4th straight strike here in the top of the 4th. Gears up, ready to deal the 0-1 pitch. On its way, and breaking ball goes way outside for a 1-1 count on Jack Hughes. You mentioned Jack Hughes coming off a stellar spring, a .436 hitter for Lackawanna in his redshirt freshman season. With a .561 on base percentage and a .1306 on base plus slugging. 1-1. Inside, but in there for called strike 2.
Just impressive, Ben. Another way to put it. Impressive.
As the dark gray clouds loom over Moody Park. Here's the 1-2 offering from McGorty. Outside, and will be called outside this time for now a 2-2 count on Jack Hughes, who, as I mentioned, led Lackawanna in on-base percentage, in OPS, in walks, and hit by pitches as well. Was a D2 JUCO All-American, the Region 19 Player of the Year. Here's the 2-2 offering from McGorty. Fastball swing and a miss there from Jack Hughes. Striking out for the first time today, Cole McGorty continues his rampage through this Mercer Mammoths order.
And he's rocking those rec specs out there. He's got the funkiest motion in ECCBL. I mean, just what a legend. What a legend Cole McGorty is.
Now on comes Joe Gamitter. Similar to Jake Pope, he's 0 for 4 today. Has gotten on base once thanks to a walk in game number 1. First pitch to him in his second at-bat here in game number 2 is going to be a called strike 1.
Keeps dropping those rec specs. They're falling off. He just has to. He's throwing a beautiful strike, and they just got to go pick up the glasses every time.
Whatever works. I mean, if that's the motion, if that's the routine, he's got to keep up to keep pitching like this. He better well do it. Here's the 0-1. Fastball outside on Gamitter for a 1-1 count. McGorty has thrown 49 pitches, 31 of which have been strikes.
You love to see it as a baseball fan. You love just to see a pitcher can control his stuff and just attack hitters.
That's what he's been doing today. 1-1 count. Breaking ball outside on Gamitter that time for a 2-1 count. Good eye on Gamitter with these past two pitches. We got it out. As I mentioned, these sidearm throwers, it is tough to tell where the ball is going to end up. But Gamitter doing well here in his second at-bat. Still have some rain falling out there on the field. 2-1. Fastball not going to be fine in the bottom left corner. McGorty really thought he was going to make sure to put that one in the strike zone. Not close enough. Brings up a 3-1 hitter's count here for Joe Gamitter. McGorty gears up. Deals a 3-1. Breaking ball outside. And Gamitter will take his base for the second time today and the first time here in game number 2.
See McGorty wanting a different ball. You kind of saw him rubbing his hand against his jersey and the side of his pants, just trying to get any kind of dryness going. I mean, I can see, especially now, Ben, this rate is coming down.
Definitely coming down a lot heavier in just the past 5-10 seconds, I would say.
As I was saying it.
Yeah. Looks like you might be able to slightly tell it on the broadcast. Not exactly sure, but you'll have to take our word for it right now. On comes Soren McKenzie, taking a ball right to the back, the very first pitch. And it'll put 2 runners on now for the Mercer Mammoths. Both dugouts, or not both dugouts, I should say. The Mercer Mammoths dugout is loving that one, as they get their 2 guys on first and second. And on comes Joey Sikora with 2 outs on the board and 2 runners on.
Number 31.
In a pouring rain now, and they're going to call the game for now. Torrential downpour here at Moody Park as game number 2 comes to a halt. 2 runners in scoring position, or 1 in scoring position, I should say, 2 on. Joey Socorro is up at the plate when and if we return here to game number 2 in the top of the 4th. We'll see you and be back with updates as soon as we can. Don't go anywhere, folks. Hello and welcome back for now to Moody Park, where the game has just been called between the Trenton Capitals and the Mercer Mammoths. Game 2 of their doubleheader. 0-0 here in the top of the fourth with 2 outs on the board. 4 outs away from this one being an official game in the record books, but unfortunately not able to get it as the field really just starts pooling with rain. We took our camera down, which is why I'm talking to you over our